Yes, we know it's a big fluffy bun.
Talk to the manager.
It is the manager.
Where's the beef?
Just like the women in this iconic Wendy's ad, a group of students at the Indian Institute of Technology at Madras are asking, "Where's the beef?" The student group has been de-recognized by the campus after questioning the religious motive behind a national ban on beef products in India. My name is Steve Macías. I am with the Organization for Minorities of India. We have today with us Prabha Karan, who is a student activist in India who is recently involved with the situation with the India Institute of Technology, where the student group was censured for criticizing the Prime Minister's politics. Prabha, would you take a moment to explain the situation to us? What were they talking about? What is this student group and what's going on there?
The student group name is Ambedkar-Periyar Study Circle. This is independent democratic student movement functioning inside the campus of IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. This student movement basically functions as a political organization, which is a non-political organization, but this student movement discuss about the political issues, the social issues, and the false policies of the central government.
Okay, so the group's name, he says Ambedkar
Periyar.
Okay,
Periyar
so two
Study Circle.
two Indian thinkers
there. Both were very rational thinkers. They both worked for the minority people, the suppressed people, and the caste-based minorities.
Right.
People.
So based on the names of these two people, this is probably a group that's pro-Indian, pro-independence. Those two leaders you mentioned were very instrumental in giving liberty to India, part of the 1946 Indian independence movement, and are considered, the founders of the democracy of India. So what is this student group saying that the current regime has a problem with?
The student movement conducted a few meetings recently. One meeting is about the land acquisition bill passed by the Modi government, the central government of India. And the second meeting is about, criticized the central government decision of banning banning the eating of beef.
Wow, so what's the motivation for the Indian government to ban beef? Is it a health thing? Is it a religious thing? Why do they want to ban beef in the nation?
This is not a health related thing. They openly declared this as a religious thing, and they wanted, according to the Hindu law, they don't want a cow to be slaughtered. So they implemented this ban on beef not only among the Hindus and also to the minority Muslim, Christian, Sikh and other minority religious peoples in India. Even the Hindu people used to consume the beef in India. Majority Hindu people used to eat beef, and they very much like to eat beef traditionally.
Right.
But this government not only functions as with an Hindu ideology, it more specifically functions with a Brahminical Hindu ideology.
So Brahminism, meaning like the Hindu religion, attempting to convert the entire culture to be Hindu. What's happening to these minorities you mentioned, like Sikhs, Christians, Muslims, Dalits, who don't believe that eating meat is wrong? What's happening to their individual rights because of this government legislation?
When the Brahmins spreaded the modern Hinduism ideology to the Indian people, they have divided the people according to the basis of the caste, and especially they have divided them according to the work what the people were doing. According to the work, the caste system were created, and the the major four division of Brahminical caste system is the upper caste will be a Brahmin, and the second upper caste will be a ruler, king, or a warrior, and third will be a businessman, and the lower caste is the people who are doing other jobs like servant cleaning jobs and other low class jobs. So this Brahmin community divided the people, shattered the people. They have shattered the unity among the people, and they forcefully became the top among this caste pyramid, and they wanted these other caste people always to be bottom of them, and they Brahmins always wanted to be in the top. So they created created this entire Brahminical system, and still now, even after the development of technology, even in this 21st century, Brahmins are very well enough to implement this Brahminical system indirectly in India. Still, this Brahminical system is functioning in India.
Right, and so
this is
your organization sees this. Your organization sees this kind of as a type of religious persecution. This is the Brahmins or those Hindus in charge of the government attempting to legislate their own religious or moral systems upon the lower castes as a form of subjection. Can you think of any other examples of how they're doing this to persecute religious minorities? I know that religious conversion laws are being passed in different parts of India. Is this in line with that type of thinking, that people should all become Hindu if you want to live in India?
I will tell you a clear example. Before 1,000 years ago, they implemented that only Brahmin community should study or get educated. Other communities should not go for study. They implement this rule, and even the king and ruler followed this rule named Manu Dharma, the Manu of Brahmins. Not only in the prehistoric time, even now, this Manu Dharma is being followed in India indirectly. The only difference is that the prehistoric time they followed this directly. Now they are doing this indirectly. I will tell you an example. Before 50 years ago, approximately 50 years ago, in Tamil Nadu, a chief minister and a political person with an Brahminican ideology, a Brahmin, passed a bill in the parliament stating that only if you know Sanskrit, you will be allowed to study medicine.
Interesting.
Or if you know Sanskrit, then only you will be allowed to become a doctor.
So this is part of their casting of the
society.
society.
Only Brahmin, the mother tongue of a Brahmin is Sanskrit. So this indirectly tells only a Brahmin can study or go for medicine.
So you're saying that this is the same type of thing that when you
legislate. I will tell you another example. In the IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, in the present situation, Brahmins were in number of 85%. In Madras IIT, 85% people were belong to a particular upper class dominant community, a Brahmin community. Overall, in Indian population, Brahmins were only 3%.
Wow, that's quite a difference.
How come a 3% population can occupy 85% seats in a topmost college of India?
Right.
Yeah, this is a question raised by the student community. This is a main question raised by the Ambedkar-Periyar Study Circle in IIT.
Right, right. And obviously education is very important to any association that that admires Ambedkar, who traveled to the United States and studied at Columbia University and came back to India to inspire a generation of people to become educated and to seek higher education. That's a very good point about the disparity between the percentage of higher caste people in institutions of higher learning. I think that speaks to the discrimination faced by lower caste members, where education is just not accessible to them. I think the point you're trying to make is that it's incidents like this that are discouraging or preventing lower caste people from finding education. Can you talk to us about this particular incident? So this group, you've said, has had meetings about the politics of the Indian government, specifically this meat ban and this Land Acquisition Act. What has the college done to this student group as a result of them standing up for liberty or for or criticizing the government? What's happened to the student association?
First of all, I want to tell you, in the Institute of Technology, in the IIT college, there are various student study circle functioning inside the college. Even a student study circle named Vivekananda Student Study Circle. They function as a propaganda unit for this Hindu people, the Brahminical people, and even when a reservation system is being followed to give opportunity for the low caste people in India, there is a certain student group, student union inside IIT conducted a big protest, and they showed their political stand, and they did a big protest inside the IIT. But this IIT college did not take any action on those groups, but they took action only on Ambedkar-Periyar Study Circle.
So you think that there's a bias, they don't like what you're saying, so the school is attacking it, but if other groups voice their opinion, they're allowed to do so, if the school agrees with them.
Coming to your question, this student study circle conducted a meeting criticizing, not only criticizing, telling the truth. In fact, they have told the truth, the reason behind the land acquisition bill passed by the central government, and the reason behind this ban on beef. And they also conducted a meeting against the imposition of Hindi in Tamil Nadu. So they conducted these three meetings. All these three discussions, the three topics, were directly against to the ideology and agendas of the central government.
So has the university responded at all to these meetings? Have they punished the student group or revoked their rights at all? What has the university's response been?
That is what I am about to tell. There were many student groups in favor of this Brahminical groups. There are student groups with Brahminical ideologies. When the Ambedkar-Periyar student community conducted these meetings, these Brahminical ideological students entered into the hall. They used very vulgar words. They directly fight against these students, and they behaved very badly. And these students wrote a letter. An anonymous letter was sent to the Indian government, HRD, Human Resource Development Forum. This Brahminical ideological student wrote a letter in the name of anonymous to the central government authority which controls these colleges, and this HRD department of central government forwarded this complaint to the college administration, college management, and central government forced college to take the necessary action against this Ambedkar-Periyar Study Circle.
Wow.
Only after central government's uh, force, the central government's influence, after reading this, after taking the account of this anonymous letter, all these entire procedures were taken against the students of Ambedkar-Periyar Study Circle.
So is the group still meeting on the campus?
Yeah, still they are in the campus, inside the campus, but they are said not to be functioned inside the college. They are
so their rights as a student association have kind of been revoked. They're allowed to be students, but they can't have their meetings anymore.
They didn't legally ban this organization, but orally they have warned these students not to conduct any further activities, and they are clearly told that they cannot use any college facilities, college auditoriums or college infrastructures to conduct any further meetings for this student group.
What about these groups, this clubs? Obviously a minority on campus. You said the majority of students on the campus are from a higher caste. Do these students fear retaliation for their efforts, or do they fear that the government's going to further persecute them for their beliefs? What's going to happen to these kids as they go out and try to get jobs with their degrees? Are they going to be persecuted by the government or by their peers for their beliefs?
Yeah. Yes, Steve. These students were in a very worst situation. They were tortured. They were psychologically they were affected due to this issue, and so much of pressure were applied by the IIT management as well as the central government to these students for criticizing for expressing their freedom of speech. They were accused, they were blamed, and they were in an ultimate pressure situation.
Right. So I've read that one of the accusations against the student groups is that they criticized Prime Minister Modi. What do you think of Modi, of his current leadership? Does he deserve to be criticized by the student association? And what do you think his response would be to this student group?
Basically, this land, Tamil Nadu, it is known for its criticization towards the God. This land criticizes the God. So, yeah, even Periyar criticized the God, and people of Tamil Nadu welcomed Periyar. Yeah. So this land is naturally accepts the truth, accept the facts, and accept any form of true criticization. And Modi, or even the President or Prime Minister of India, anybody can be criticized. There is nothing wrong about that.
Right.
Even this student group criticized Modi without exceeding the law of India, without exceeding the judicial system of India. They did it democratically.
Right.
And in my point of view, this Indian government and the IIT management only cross the border of Indian law. Indian law says every citizen has the freedom of speech.
Yes.
This law written by Ambedkar very well knows about this Brahminical group, and he wrote this: every citizen has a freedom of speech. He can express his speech of freedom. So, Indian Constitution says this, and even in the United Nations human rights law, there is a point. every human has a right to express,
Right.
right to express his thoughts.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this action taken by the IIT management and this Indian government is against the Indian law and also against the UN's human rights law.
Absolutely.
They have violated the human rights.
So, we talked briefly about Modi. In his history, the nickname that we've heard that Modi has received from the Indian people while he was the governor of a state in India is the Butcher of Gujarat, because he perpetrated a genocide in 2002 against his own people. Do you think that the future of India is going to see more violence when their leaders are clamping down on free speech like this? I know that here in California, in the United States, we became the first state or national government to recognize the 1984 genocide against the Sikh people, which was done by the Indian government as well. Do you think that there will be more violence and more attacks if the Indian government continues to censure free speech? What do you think the future of religious liberty looks like in your part of India?
Yes, of course, Steve. This fascist government, this Modi's BJP, Hindutva, Brahminical ideological government, if this government continues to be the rule India, absolutely there will be increasing number of genocide among the minority people of India, the Sikhs, Christians, Muslims, and even the regional minority peoples like in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is much different from other states of India,
Right.
because of the works of Periyar and other rational leaders. The Hindu ideology cannot able to enter into Tamil Nadu, and this casteism, the vigorosity of this caste system cannot able to enter into Tamil Nadu because of the works of Periyar and also the works of Ambedkar. So this Modi government is very disturbed
Right.
by this ideology which were among the people all over in Tamil Nadu. So they wanted to somehow enter and make this state Tamil Nadu as like other states, other parts of India. When you see in Gujarat, the minority Muslim peoples were genocided by this Indian politicians. Particularly, they were genocided by the Modi,
Right.
the Modi government. Yeah, and the majority Hindu people appreciated it. They didn't stood up against this genocide. They appreciated and they encouraged Modi. Because of this genocide, Modi became the chief minister of Gujarat. So this happened in Gujarat because the lacking of rationalism, the lacking of activism, the lacking of free thinking capacity among the Hindu majority Gujarati people, because these Gujarati majority Hindu people were brainwashed by these Hindu ideological politicians, and they were kept at a situation where they see a fellow Muslim or a fellow other religious people as an enemy.
Right.
This political parties and this ideological Brahminical forces always wanted the majority Hindu people to have an enemy mentality with this other minority religious group. This is the main motto of this RSS, Hindutva, and other Hinduism speaking Hindu nationalist politicians.
Right.
So
There's
I will tell you an example. Steve. In 1925, RSS movement was started in Maharashtra, and this RSS movement was the mother organization of BJP and this Modi government. They entered into each and every part of the Indian soil, but they cannot able to enter into Tamil Nadu because at the same time, at the same year, 1925, Periyar started the self-respect propaganda movement in Tamil Nadu, so that he defended this RSS, this Hindu ideology, this upper caste Brahminical ideology. He defended and he stopped these unwanted ideologies entering into Tamil Nadu. So this Brahminical force main agenda is to overcome the past experience, and they wanted to capture the Tamil Nadu. So all these incidents and these IIT incidents were interlinked to the ultimate goal of the RSS and BJP.
So what do you think that the people in India need to do to reclaim a democracy in India? Obviously, the situation you're describing is very similar to British rule under the empire, where you have a few at the top ruling the entire country. What needs to be done, and what would you advocate to happen in India to restore democracy, to restore freedom, and to protect religious minorities?
To bring back social justice, to bring back democratic situation in India, the people should be politicized. The people should get matured enough to relate things, and they should be able to understand what is right and what is wrong in this political era, in this political situation. They desperately believe, they ultimately believe this Modi kind of people very blindly. So this situation should be eradicated. This situation will be eradicated only when this type of criticization on Modi and this Hindutva were spreaded. Only when this criticization was spreaded, people will be politicized, and only when people get politicized, the protest culture will be created among the people, and automatically this protest culture will lead to a healthy society and a healthy environment.
Absolutely. And what you're doing today in that area, in that region, is definitely restoring the right to free speech by calling them out on how they're breaking their own constitution. I know that there are many examples all throughout India of the government hurting its own people and breaking its own laws. I think of Iram Shamila in Manipur, or Bapu Surat Singh Khalsa in the Punjab. These are people who are peacefully protesting like your students here, and yet the government is coming down and using the force to censure them. I think you have the right idea that the freedom for democracy starts with having an open and transparent conversation where everybody, including the Prime Minister, is subjected to criticism and the truth is not punished. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything that you would want to tell an American audience about the situation that you haven't said already that's important?
This Indian system, this Indian political system doesn't want the regional ethnic groups. This India is created with various ethnic groups, not only a single group, various like Sikhs, Kashmiri people, Tamils, and other Dravidian ethnic peoples, like various ethnic peoples were bound together in the name of a fake country called India. And this Indian government doesn't want the rejoining these various ethnic people to gather with a similar ideology to oppose the central government. So they clearly plans and they clearly wanted the fight between these ethnic groups. I will tell you an example. This government when this Sikhs were genocided in Gujarat, in Amritsar, Madras military regime is being used to kill the Sikhs in Gujarat. Sorry, Sikhs in Punjab. Sorry, when
Right.
Sikhs in Punjab were genocide, Madras regime were used by the Indian government, and when Sri Lankan Tamil peoples were genocide by the Sri Lankan army, a regime unit from Punjab were sent to the Sri Lanka to kill the Tamil people. And similarly, Kashmiri people were killed by Assam soldiers, and Assam people were innocent. Assam peoples were genocided by Kashmiri soldiers. So this Indian government doesn't want the unity of these regional ethnic groups to get united. So this fake country called India always wanted to uphold this Brahminical Hindu ideology in order to make the 3% of Brahminical group to be in the top, to be in the power, to be in the upper position. They will go for any extent. They will even eradicate every opposing community. They will genocide every opposing ethnic groups. Yeah.
Right, right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We've been discussing how the Indian government is censoring free speech at one of its most prestigious universities and how it's using the caste system to subjugate religious and ethnic minorities and turning them against each other in order to control the state of India. We've been talking a lot about how to restore democracy in India, and it's restoring free speech and honoring India's constitution and its ethnic diversity that will restore freedom and liberty for all people in India. I'm reminded of one of the Sikh gurus, Gobind Singh, who said, "Recognize ye the human race as one." And I think that no matter what your religious background is, the situation in India would be a much better place if we all gathered together and recognized that human rights are our primary concern. I love that what your students are doing here in India is very similar to what the Gadar Party did in the Indian independence movement, with just spreading the truth and not being afraid of the consequences. I encourage your students to continue and to let them know that all of the B.R. Ambedkar Sikh Foundation leadership here in the United States supports them and is wholly behind their efforts to promote truth, promote unity and democracy in India. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for this, giving this wonderful opportunity to express my thoughts and the real situation in India to the American people.
Thank you. I hope to talk to you soon, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.